My name is Cameron Stead. I am a practicing artist and also an artist educator at the Museum of Contemporary Art's National Centre for Creative Learning. Before I begin this video, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land from which I'm filming, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I offer my deep respect and gratitude to their elders, past, present, and emerging. This video draws inspiration from two artworks in the MCA collection by the Australian artist Robert Hunter, both titled Untitled Number 4. Visitors to the museum often find these works difficult to unpack. This video includes two activities to help you think about the processes of making minimal art. But first, what is minimal art? A helpful way to think about it is the practice of reducing things to their basic form or function. Let's start with an activity. What words would you use to describe these artworks? Some of the most common words used include minimal, subtle, white, nuanced, flat, rectangle. Choose an interesting or unusual object from the room you're in. Have a good look at the object. What shapes make up the object? What are the materials that it's made from? What is the color of your object? What colors are reflected on the object? And what are the colors of the shadows within it? On a blank piece of paper, draw 4 columns. Leave the first column blank for the time being, and write headings in the remaining 3 columns: color, material, form or shape. Under each heading, come up with as many examples as you can to describe the basic elements of your object. What are the colors and the materials? If your object is made of multiple shapes, what are the basic geometric forms that create those shapes? For example, I could describe my salt grinder as a cylinder. But there's also a sphere at the top and a circle at the base. Feel free to pause the video and take as much time as you need. Now, in the first column, write the title Light. What words can you come up with that describe how light interacts with your object? Some useful words to get you started are bright, shiny, reflective, matte, dark, neutral. The 4 headings that we worked under make up the basic elements of a painting. Light, color, material or medium refers to the type of paint used and what the artist has painted on. Geometric form refers to both the shape of the artwork and the shapes depicted in the artwork. Could you apply this same activity to an artwork, photograph, or picture on display in your home? The reductive words that you come up with could be the basis for your own minimal artwork. Robert Hunter presents subtle variations of the color white in carefully formulated geometric patterns. When on display, the bright white panels also respond to the changing light in the gallery, drawing our attention to the nuanced variations of the color white. Artists have long been obsessed with the changing effects of light, which we'll look at in our second activity. Select one word from each column that you think is the most simplified or reductive way of describing your object. Write the 4 words on a blank white piece of paper. Tack the paper to a wall close to a window or glass door, and set up a recording device facing your page. It might be helpful to do it on the floor. Using a time-lapse recording option on your device or a free stop-motion app such as iMotion, record a video of your page. If using stop-motion, record at 1-minute intervals for the duration of an hour or longer. And if possible, record at a time of day where there are dramatic changes to light, such as dusk or dawn. When finished, play back your video fast and slow. What did you notice about the quality of light in your video? Did you notice any changes? Did you notice any subtle changes to the color of your white page? Can you list these colors? Today we have engaged in 2 activities to help us think about the processes of making minimal art, with a particular focus on light, color, material, and form. Do you still have questions about minimal art? If so, that's good. Minimal art encourages us to look closer, to dig deeper, and ask the questions: what is art and what can art be? Here's a question for you. What was your understanding of minimal art before this video, and what is it now? Check out the MCA website for more information on Robert Hunter and the MCA collection artists. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon at the MCA.